SRO Magazine, your #1 source for music and entertainment, news and entertainment.
What's up, SRO Nation? We are moving right along here today in Apple Valley at the Throwback Metal Fest. In today's current music landscape, a lot of people will associate Ohio with the Black Keys, but I've met a band from Cleveland, Ohio, my hometown, that I was stoked to hear. They shred a little bit harder than the Black Keys, and they're called Wretch, and I have them here with me now, and they agreed to sit down and talk a little bit with me about what they're doing in the band, kind of the history of the band and what they're doing. So I'm just going to go around. Why don't you guys just introduce yourselves to everyone and let them know what you guys do in the band.
Tim Frederick, bass guitar.
Mike Stevenson, guitar.
Nick Janakis, guitar.
Ron Emick, vocals.
Evan Gottschalk, drums.
So I hadn't heard you guys before today, and just doing a little bit of online kind of looking at what was going on. It says the band's been kind of on and off since the 80s. What can you guys tell me a little bit about that, since it's a 30-year band?
Yeah, this is Nick. I've been there since the beginning. Mid-80s we formed, played Cleveland off and on, up until early 90s, kind of disbanded through the 90s, got back together early 2000, 2001, I think. And went through some lineup changes, put a couple CDs out with our old label. We just got signed to Pure Steel Records out of Germany, signed a 5-year 2-CD deal. And this lineup here we've had for, I think, 2.5 years. And by far, just the best thing we've done. It's fantastic. Everybody gels great. We just get along great and just have a great time doing what we do.
There you go. So how did this formation or this incarnation of Wretch come about? How did you guys all come together as a band?
Well, for one thing, me and Nick played me and Nick and Mike Stevens, we played in a band called Castle Black back in 1992, 93, whatever.
After Wretch broke up.
Yeah, after Wretch broke up. It lasted for a little while until that grunge stuff came along, and it kind of like dissipated metal for a little while in the 90s. And then I rejoined these guys. I ended up rejoining and joined Wretch like about 10 years ago. So I've been with these guys for about 10 years now. But I mean, we've been rocking. We got a few good records out, and
Just keep going.
play festivals overseas. You know.
Yeah, you said you played a couple festivals in Germany, yeah?
Yes. In Greece, in Athens, Greece. We just played in Athens, Greece in October.
How was the festival scene over there?
Fantastic. They love this stuff. You know, we do power metal. That's pretty much what we do. Kind of a hit and miss thing anywhere we play around, Cleveland, and we try to play there and we get a little bit of support, but it's frustrating. It's hard to do. We got a pretty great response out here, so it's fantastic. But over in Europe, they know our stuff. They have our CDs. They yell out songs for us to play when we're over there. It's kind of weird because you don't expect that, but for some reason they get it over there. They really love what we're doing, so we kind of focus our stuff mainly, I guess, for the European market. So
nice. And I saw at the merch table, you guys, it looks like you have an EP out right now, and you're looking to release your first full length on Pure Steel. So how's the writing process going for that album?
It's done. Yeah, the mixing should be done next week. Then we master it and send it over to Germany, and it should be pressed and out October probably.
Is that international or U.S. too, or everywhere?
Worldwide distribution. Now, getting it here, I know their distribution here. They have it. I don't know how well they do it because, again, the stuff is what it is. It's not a big market for it here, but it is a worldwide distribution deal.
I was talking with Dennis from Ninth Circle, and he mentioned, oh yeah, Wretch is on Pure Steel as well, and I know they just recently signed a deal. So have you guys had any encounters with Ninth Circle at all?
No, not at all.
And it seems like Pure Steel is doing a push right now to sign a lot of bands. So in Cleveland, Sunless Sky just signed with Pure Steel and released their album. And we've had some contact with some other Pure Steel bands from Philadelphia,
Philly, and
New
York.
Jersey.
Yeah.
They come through Cleveland every once in a while, so we'll do shows with them. But it's kind of crazy because you'll just kind of accidentally find out they're on Pure Steel as well. So it seems like they're really like making a push to sign a lot of metal bands in the U.S.
So what are some of your favorite bands that you guys actually have gotten the opportunity to play with recently?
Primal Fear, we just opened up for them in May.
Michael Schenker.
Yeah.
Who else have we played for?
don't know. I'm trying to think.
Firewind from Greece.
Speaking of Primal Fear, your guys' vocalist Ron seems like he could almost fill in for Primal Fear over there. So you gotta set up pipes on you, Ron.
Thank you.
So for vocally, how do you go about getting that kind of sound? Because that's a hell of a sound to do, you know, night in and night out. So what do you do personally for your vocals?
It just kind of comes natural. I mean, a lot of practice early on, and don't sing every night.
And we don't.
We have had instances where we've had to sing 3 nights or 2 nights in a row, and I've been lucky so far. It's not getting any easier getting older, but
yeah. So you see a lot of guys like, you know, Rob Halford, Bruce Dickinson, who kind of alter their singing style as they get older to kind of compensate for the limiting range they get. So has that started for you yet? Or are you still hitting the high notes that you were, you know, back in, 20 years ago?
like I say, I've been fortunate. You have to be careful in a live setting, though, that you don't do too much too early. So you have to be aware of that. I think that comes with a lot of experience.
Yeah. We don't tour real heavily, so it's not like we're out there every night like Rob Halford's doing.
Yeah, those guys go on tour, 6 months out of the year, and they're playing, if not every night, every other night, and that's, I don't know how you could do that. That's rough.
We might do in a year what they do in a month and a half. It's a little different when you're not rich and you can't go on tour for a living.
Work and all do that.
You don't have your own plane like Bruce Dickinson.
So it's kind of hard to go on tour.
So you're out in California right now in Apple Valley. Is this kind of a one-off thing you're doing? Are you guys touring around right now? What are you guys doing right now in the Wretch camp?
Yeah, it's a one-off thing. We tend to try to focus on festivals because it's a lot easier for planning, and it's a lot easier to have a job when you can say, hey, I'm going to play this festival in 3 months. You can plan, So we tend to do that. And then if we do local shows, that's pretty easy because you don't have to take time off of work. But so we'll hone our chops locally, and then just kind of focus on the festival circuit or do one-offs here and there.
Do you guys have a favorite song in your catalog of music that you like to play live for any crowd you go to?
I think Eyes of Faith is always a favorite to everybody.
It's
a crowd favorite.
And that's an old Wretch tune.
It's on the Reborn CD.
Yeah, that's one of the original.
But it was probably written in the early 80s.
Yeah.
So if people want to go back and kind of find old Wretch stuff, what's the best way for them to do that?
The internet. You can go to wretchmetal.com. There's links to all the stuff that's been published. You can go to YouTube. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out on YouTube that people have ripped. And what else?
There's iTunes. You can get our stuff on iTunes.
There's actually you can get early 80s demos if you look hard enough. You can find them with Jimmy
out there.
Jimmy Martin, right?
Jimmy Williams. He was only in the band for a little while, and let's not talk about that.
Okay, yeah, that was when Wretch moved to L.A.
Yeah, we actually did a little stint in L.A. for about a year.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah, back in '89.
You can actually find that stuff if you dig hard enough, but we don't encourage it.
So this lineup of Wretch, you guys, you mentioned before, it's gels really well. So what about this version of the band makes it so much different? And I haven't heard the other ones, but I would guess probably better than older versions of the band.
Just for me, I'm the only guy left from the '80s. Everybody gets along a lot better. To be quite honest, it's just a lot easier. Everything we do, there's no hassles. There's no one guy sitting there whining about something, or he doesn't want to do this, or it doesn't. I mean, it's just everybody. Yeah, you want to do this? Yeah, let's go do it. Hey, let's work on some tunes. Whatever. I mean, everything's just. It's easy. It's easy.
It hasn't always been easy.
No, it has not.
But it's easy now, so it's good.
We're all on the same page. I think that's what it comes down to.
That's the best way to put it. We're all on the same page.
Musically, on the same page. It seems like a lot of you guys have influences that come from, a lot of the same kind of areas of music. So you mentioned Primal.
Evan's a young guy here.
Yeah.
What are your influences, Evan?
I'm more of a death metal guy.
Okay.
So the bands I played previously were all death metal bands. So the only reason I found these guys is this band mix website, which I'm not trying to give a shout out to them, but
It's personals for musicians.
so I found these guys and I listened to their music and I was like, oh, they have a record label. I'm gonna be famous. So I guess that's how we hooked up.
Yeah.
So.
And if you ever listen to death metal, the drummers are pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of death metal, but musically, even in the guitar players,
right,
they can
most-
shred, so they're very technical.
Just usually the vocals that
It was easy. Yeah, it was easy for him to come in and do what we do. So
Evan, for you, since you said you played in a lot of death metal, how's it different having someone as the front man of the group who is singing a little bit higher than the guys in the death metal groups?
It's different. I take more of a laid back approach, more of like a, keep the beat type drummer rather than, trying to be all fancy and whatever. So it's a little bit more relaxing. I don't have to like sweat as much maybe. So
Always good. Yeah, gets hot on stage.
it's different.
So I know you guys are doing this festival, and you guys say you focus on festivals. So any other upcoming festivals you guys are looking at, or more focused on the album
Right now,
release?
we're trying to finish the disc and get it out, and that's our main priority. After this, I feel like I said, I think the mixing should be done this week, and we have to send it out, get mastered, and then after that it goes to Germany, and then they do what they have to do to release it, which I think is about a 2.5 month period for them to turn around and get it out. So that's the next thing. That's what we're waiting for and concentrating on to get that done, because it's really important. If we want to do festivals next summer, especially in Europe, they start booking in October, November, and December for next summer. So we really have to get this out if we want to try and do that for next summer. So that's kind of our, we want to push that and get it out for ourselves so we can try and do that next summer. It'd be great if we can. So
they want product.
Yeah.
So we got to
Really-
get our product out so that they have something fresh to push on their festival. So.
Well, from what I've heard from Dennis and Ninth Circle, who they're with Pure Steel, seems like you guys are in good hands. So I know myself personally, not only because I like your music, but also from Cleveland. Like I like seeing hometown bands. But me, everyone at SRO Nation, we wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully we get to see you guys again. Hopefully you'll come back out to California my way.
yeah, we'd love to.
Before we sign off for right now, I know there's a lot of other bands we want to go check out. Is there anything you guys would like to say to your fans who are going to be listening to this when it goes online?
Just thanks for all the support. We just that's what we do. We do this for everybody to come and like it, So anybody that comes and supports it, we appreciate all the support, and fans that just listen to it over the internet. So we appreciate it.
Keep metal alive.
That's it. That's all we can do, and you guys can do. All the fans out there.
All right, guys. Well, this was Wretch from Cleveland, Ohio at the Throwback Metal Fest in Apple Valley, California. Look for their new album on Pure Steel Records in October. And for all of us at SRO Nation, this is Tyler, and I will see you in the pit.
For more information on all the greatest bands in rock today, and for all your music and entertainment news, you know where to go. Go to SRO. That's SROMagInc.com. SRO Magazine is sponsored by Kick-Ass Cables, PhDRadio.com, Robert's Guitar, TDLMusicGroup.com. The SRO audio and video was done by Carson Drive Studios and SROMagInc.com.